Welcome back to the Daily Brief as we continue briefing you on what is happening in the country and beyond our borders as well. Well, for now, we have been giving you an update on what's been going on at the Milimani Law Courts with the Top Cohen murder case. And of course, there is news that just came in, and right before the break, we had updated you on the latest with regards to the Top Cohen case with Philip Murgor, the lawyer who has been representing Sarah Wairimu, has officially been allowed to continue representing his client, Sarah Wairimu, and this has been ruled by Justice Stella Mutuku at the Milimani Law Court. So yes, as you can see on your screens, that is the case that is continuing to happen. Remember, Sarah Wairimu is also expected to take a plea with regards to the case, and of course we're going to be giving you live coverage on the same, and we'll be telling you on what happens at the courts this morning. And remember, Sarah Wairimu is expected to be officially charged with murder at the Milimani Law Court. So let's listen in to what's happening right now.
In the interest of justice, we are praying that we be given the 5 days to be able to liaise with the witness protection as to whether, or get a confirmation as to whether our request is acceptable. Again, the lady, they work under no one's directions. They're the ones to make a finding whether there is any or any probability of the witness being protected and what form of protection. And that is our prayer, my lady.
Your Ladyship, I'm just wondering whether it should be my turn first, or those who might join hands with them to speak first, those who represent the siblings of the deceased. Then I can respond once and for all to all of them.
Mr. Beta, do you have any address to the court?
Unless he would like to stay out of it for now, I'd be very grateful if he did.
As I told you, I like a good fight, it's okay. My lady, if it's in the interest of justice that these witnesses be protected, then we'll be supporting it. If it's in the interest of justice that these witnesses, their statements are retracted, then again we will be supporting that. And we will also be saying that whatever the prosecution will be doing in regard to protecting the identity of the witnesses and their protection as persons as a whole, we are in full support. We'll be ready to respond at the time when the opposing of bail shall be done. If the state will be opposing or they will not oppose, on our side we will be opposing.
So maybe before you respond.
Right, of course, that is at the Milimani Law Courts where the Top Cohen murder case continues. And just to, bring you up to speed with what's been happening, where prosecution is against the defense, the prayer to have Sarah Wairimu be released on bail. So they have said that, nope, that is not something that they are going to be allowing. Prosecution is also asking for 5 more days to wind up on the witness protection process. So yes, that's something that has been ongoing. We'll continue keeping tabs with that in court. For now, we're going to be crossing over to Kisumu. There is news that has just come in that a woman has hanged herself and of course committed suicide, and police are currently on ground. As you can see, there is a spokesperson who is speaking, and of course this is what is ongoing right now in Kisumu. So let's listen in to the latest.
Francisca Ajuang Obiero. Asante.
Is at the scene where the woman who committed suicide just, this morning, and police have also been on ground. So we're definitely going to be giving you more details with regards to what happens. Now, remember, Baraka Karama is also going to be giving us an update. He will be talking to us later on and definitely giving us an update with regards to what happened and what the police have said. Well, for now, back to the courts, and let's listen in as Philip Murgor continues to represent his client, Sarah Wairimu, in the Top Cohen murder case.
And so it does not lie in the mouth of the prosecution to say now they require more time. when reasonable time is requested, we would be the first to accommodate our colleagues. Again, having been prosecutors, we sometimes understand time is something that they need. But in this case, it has been 37 days. 37 days since the accused was arrested. I don't want to deal with the chronology, but they asked for time before the Kiambu Chief Magistrate's Court. They were given 14 days or thereabouts. Came to court, the High Court, we applied for revision. All this kept going. And in total, today, as we sit here, they have had 37 days. At the very first instance, shortly after she was arrested, I think it was the 29th, 28th.
And that is Philip Murgo. He continues to represent his client, that is Sarah Wairimu, in court. And remember, she's expected to take plea today. So yes, we're going to be giving you more details with regards to what happens at the Milimani Law Courts. Now, for now, we will also be keeping you up to speed with what's happening in our counties, as Kigodho Mwangi currently joins us from Nakuru County, and he will be giving us the latest from his end. Now, remember, he has been following a couple of issues. For now, he will be telling us the latest with regards to hawkers in Nakuru.
You live from Nakuru County, where we're interacting with Mutumba sellers who are here with us and expressing their problems and also the advantage of having being in this trade. And for your information, I was once a hawker at Roysambu. I used to sell boiled maize, boiled eggs, and also some smokies and samosas when I was schooling. So this is a business that, if nurtured, it can create a lot of employment to young people and also to those who are aged, who just want to just intermingle with people. But now joining me are some of the officials of this market in Nakuru, who is going to tell us exactly some of the challenges they pass through and what they need to be done in this market so that they can be able maybe to realize some profit. Utaanza kwa majina na pengine uniambie ni mambo yepi ambayo mmekuwa mkipitia katika soko hili.
Kwa majina yangu naitwa Anthony Maina, mimi ndio naibu katibu mkuu wa hili soko la Nasha. Hili soko saa hizi tuliletwa hapa mwaka wa 2015 na former governor Kenogi Mbogwa. Na tangu tukuje hatujafika kwenye tulikuwa tunatarajia. Sababu hii soko tangu mpaka watu wenye walikuja na hiyo soko wakati huo wengi wao wameondokea sababu ya zile mashida ambayo yanapitiwa kwa hili soko. Kitu kingine, challenge nyingine ya hii soko ni moja. Iko very congested. Kila saa mwaka watu wanaongezeka kila mwaka. Vijana wanakuja kila mwaka. Si makosa yao, hawawezi tupwa. Lakini tunaomba county government ya Nakuru pia nayo tusaidie mizigo kwa zile opportunities zinapatikana kwa county, inakuja hapa inachukua vijana kadhaa inawapeleka huko.
Na pengine kwa sasa mnakadiria watu ni kama wangapi ambao wanafanya kazi hapa?
Kama saa hizi ukiangalia vizuri kuna watu kama 5,000 hivi, 4,500 mpaka 5,000. Na ukiangalia customers wenye wanakuja hapa hata wenyewe hawafiki 5,000 kwa siku.
Naam. Pengine tunaweza kuzungumza na mama kwa sababu ya wao ndio ambao wanakuwa na mzigo mkubwa. Unaweza kumpa, utaangalia kamera zetu na pengine utuambie umekuwa na challenge ipi katika hali ya kufanya kazi yako katika soko hili. Kwa majina?
Kwa jina langu naitwa Dorcas Gachira. Kwa jina langu naitwa Dorcas Gachira, mfanyakazi katika Nasha Market. Tangu tulipokuja hapa huo mwaka ambao tulikuwa tunaletwa huku, kazi ilikuwa juu kulingana na the government that was in power at that time. Ila ya kwamba the government ilikuwa ina protect kazi ya chini na kazi ya juu. Lakini tangu serikali nyingine ilipokuja ikakosa kuangalia kazi ya mtu wa chini. Kwa hivyo kazi zetu kuanzia huo mwaka 2018 ikaanza kurudi chini. Na kurudi chini ni kuwa wanapeana license kwa kazi za ndani ya nyumba na license kwa kazi za nje. ili ya kwamba wenye wanatusupplyia mitumba wanapewa license, wauze retail na wauze wholesale, ili ya kwamba sasa saa zile wanauza wholesale, sisi tunaumia kwa kuwa tupati pesa ambazo tunafaa, ili hata wenye wanakomboa viwanja nao waweze kusustain kwa viwanja na waweze kufungua mizigo.
Na pengine ombi lako kwa serikali ya kaunti na serikali kuu ni ipi?
Serikali ya kaunti ni kuwa venye watu wanafanya biashara na venye Nakuru inasemekana it is a country of diversity, na venye Nakuru inaanza kukua city, kila mtu awe anaprotectiwa katika biashara yake. It is so shameful kusikia ati kuna pesa zilirudishwa kwa banki kuu na ilhali kuna vijana wenye hawana kazi. As long as government haipatii vijana kazi na wameamua kujifanyia kazi, mbona pesa zirudishwe? Hizo pesa zikiletwa kwa vijana wanaweza wakafanya kazi na waweze kujiinua na wainua mpaka city. Yes.
Naona kuna viongozi wa vijana katika soko hili, kiongozi wa kijana na pia wa vijana pia naye azungumze kidogo, unaweza kumpa mic. Pengine wewe ni kijana ambaye umeweza kuingia katika soko hili na umeweza kujiestablish, si ndio? Ni mambo yapi mnapitia kama vijana katika soko hili?
Kwa majina yangu naitwa Peter Nyambura, mimi ndio msimamizi wa vijana katika soko hili. Nashukuru Mungu sana kwa kuja mahali hapa. Jambo ya kwanza, pia mimi nilikuwa hata sina kazi. Nilikuwa nimeandikwa tu ile ya kutangaza kama jinsi unavyosikia huko nje kunatangazwa. Lakini kupitia hiyo tunaitanga striking, Mungu akanibariki na mimi pia nikapata mahali pangu personally, hata mimi naweza fanyia nini kazi. Lakini sisi wote tumefanikiwa kama vijana kupata kibanda, ama sisi wote tumefanikiwa kujifungulia kazi zetu. Kuna bado vijana wengine hapa bado wana strike kama jinsi vile nilikuwa na strike. So mimi kama kijana ambao nimewasimamia, jambo yangu tu ni ya kwamba hawa vijana ni vijana wetu. Kama mimi hao watu wenye wako na vibanda hawange nishikilianga, singekuwa vile niko. So pia hata sisi tunawashikilia hao. Naye county sisi tukishikilia hapa, naye county utushikilia mahali pengine. Hakuna kazi mzuri kama kazi ya nguo. As long as unajijua na as long as unajielewa, hii kazi iko na pesa.
Kuna wale mavijana wako pale mtaani, kazi ni bezi ya veve, wanachana veve pale na pia wanasema hakuna kazi. Wengine hawataki kuchoka, wanataka tu wakati watu wanaenda nyumbani wapige ngeta ama kitu kama hiyo. Je, unaweza kuwazungumzia uambie namna gani?
Unajua mimi naweza sema kama mimi personally, pia mimi nilikuwa hata mimi nachana, nilikuwa nalewa. Hizo vitu zote zenye unasikia vijana wanapitia na huko nje, pia mimi nimepitia. Kitu kubwa yenye vijana wanafaa kufanya, mtu anafaa jielewe kwanza. Ukishajielewa wewe sasa ndio ujue hapo pengine. Sasa kama kwa mfano, kama mimi singeongeleshwa, singelikuwa mariniko. Sasa hao vijana ambao wako huko waambiwe town kuna kazi. Na nguo ina kazi.
Asante sana. There you have it, some Njoroge and Shiksha Arora. Indeed, it is the cries. They are the cries of Mutumba sellers in Nakuru County, who have said that despite the fact that they are at work, or rather they are doing their job, there are some of the reservations that they have when it comes to county government licensing both wholesalers and retailers to be selling like them, and also they are congested in this place. Indeed, it's something that the county government is supposed to be checking. As we sign out from this market, my name is Kigodho Mwangi, my camera person is John Wangombe. We sign out with our daily, as usual, sing tune as a hawker. Ya leo ni ya? Ya leo, ya leo.
All right, of course, that is Kigodho Mwangi in Nakuru. He has given us the latest with regards to the hawkers and the challenges that they are facing. And of course, remember we had brought to your attention some very disheartening news of a woman who committed suicide in Kisumu. So yes, Baraka Karama joins us right now to give us more details regarding what police have said. And of course, he will be keeping us up to speed with the latest on that story. Baraka.
Shiksha, the body of a 56-year-old woman has just been taken to the Njoroge and Shiksha Teaching and Referral Hospital mortuary. Remember, that woman committed suicide in rather unclear circumstance, and police, of course, are investigating the motive of that particular suicide. So, this is Dago village in Nyamasaria, within Kisumu East constituency, and Like I mentioned earlier, police are investigating the cause of that particular suicide. We understand that that woman, before she committed that heinous crime, of course, she left a note, and we'll be getting the details of that particular note when we get hold of the officer in charge of this particular area. Just allow me to get a brief from the neighbors, maybe to give us a brief of what might have happened during that particular time. Karibu mama. Anza na majina alafu tuambie, subiri kwanza. Anza na majina alafu tuelezee nini ilitendeka. Ulituambia kwamba ulimwona huyo mama jana.
Mimi naitwa Angelina Chieng Juma. Sasa jana nilikuwa natembea, nilikuwa naenda huku sokoni. Nikapita nikaona huyo mama ananifanyia hivi. Nikakuja tukaongea na yeye, tukasalamia na yeye. Nikakaa kidogo nikaenda vile nimeenda kuanza leo asubuhi nimestukia tu ati mama amejinyongea. Nikakimbia nikakuja. Nikachungulia na dirisha nikamuona. Nikastuka nikasema ni nini yawa? Kwani alikuwa na nini kwa roho? Nini amemfanya huyu madhe? Mama mwenye alikuwa anajua kuongea, mama msafi, analetea sisi dagaa. Dagaa tulikuwa tunakula hapo, ukitoa 50 unakula dagaa saa 6 na jioni ya 50 bob. Ukienda sokoni ya 200 ndio unaweza kula na uitoshi. Na huyu mama alikuwa anauza dagaa vizuri sana. Sasa nilikuwa nafikiria ni nini sasa jameni? Vile nimekuja nikachungulia tena kwa mlango, dagaa yako chini, vile anawekanga dagaa chini. Si kuona dagaa. Hata mimi nimeshangaa sana.
Huyo mama anaishi peke yake kwa hii boma?
Hii boma ako na mandugu vijana zake. Tena ako na msijana yake hapa moja. Sasa alikuwa na msijana yake kwa hiyo nyumba yake. Sasa vile amejifanyia hii, sijui kama huyo msijana alikuwa ama kama hakukuwa. Lakini anaishi na watu hapa bomani.
Tunaambia kwamba alikuwa na wake wenza ambao kwamba washafariki.
Leo
wake wenzake ambao washafariki.
Hapa wawili washafariki na bwanake. Na kijana yake pia amefariki moja, na msijana yake pia amefariki ya shule. Yafa mtu nafikiri.
Tumeona wakati mwili inaweka kwenye gari, ilikuwa kitandiko viboko.
Mimi si kuona hiyo.
Lakini pengine kulingana na mila na itikadi za Waluo.
Mila yetu tunamchapa kwa kamba, vile hajakata hiyo kamba.
Na mtandika viboko mara ngapi?
Kwa nini umefanya hivyo? Kwa nini umefanya hivyo? Nini alikuwa mbaya? Nini ni mbaya mwenye umefanya kufanya hivyo? Kwa nini umefanya hivi mama? Mama ni nini mbaya na wewe? Nini mbaya mama? Sasa hivyo kama amefanya hivyo, utaota unalala tu poa.
Sasa lazima achapwe ndo
lazima kimila yetu achapwe kiboko sawa. Chapwe ni nini mbaya? Alafu unashika masikio hivi. Kwa nini umefanya hivyo? Ni nani amemfanya ukifanya hivyo? Sauri yako wewe.
Shiksha, you've heard from one of the close family members, actually one of the neighbors, giving us a brief of about that particular incident. Like I mentioned earlier, that body has already been taken to the Njoroge and Shiksha Teaching and Referral Hospital mortuary, and police, of course, have launched investigation into the motive of that particular incident. Like I mentioned here, it's a Dago village, and of course, it's a somber mood to the family, having woken up to rather a sad news after a 56-year-old woman committed suicide under unclear circumstances. So we'll be getting more details from the police in regards to this particular incident. Back to you, Shiksha.
Thank you very much, Baraka Karama, for that update. Of course, he is telling us the story of the woman who committed suicide in Kisumu. Now, remember, it is quite unfortunate to note that, these incidences aren't something that happen rarely. Of course, it is something that we have been seeing happening for the past few years, and of course they are definitely getting recurrent. For now, we're going to be crossing over to Timothy Semwa, who is in Eldoret, and he will be giving us the latest from his end with regards to what he's got for us. I can see some gentlemen behind you in sports gear. So yes, Timothy, good morning to you. You can probably keep us up to speed with what's happening behind you, especially in Eldoret.
Well, good morning to you, Shiksha Arora. Shiksha, today marks the second last day for the Kenya County Assembly Sports Association. Of course, Uasin Gishu County has been playing host to this to the second edition of these games, and right here with me, Shiksha, is county number 035. That is the county of Kericho, under Professor Paul Chepkonyi. And Shiksha, we are here to discuss a number of issues that are very close to the residents of Kericho County. We know that this is a county that prides itself as the largest producer of tea, and in the recent past, Shiksha, we've had issues from farmers in that county over the payment and bonuses of their tea. And Shiksha, of course, this is a platform that also give us time just to get to hear what their political leaders have to say, the members of county assemblies. I have a couple of them, and most of them are members of the Agriculture Committee on, and of course, it will be ideal for them at least to ventilate on some of these issues. Perhaps Mheshimiwa utaanza kutuambia jina lako, and to be very specific, the question I would want you to address is what are some of the issues that are itching members of Kericho County, or rather specifically farmers of Kericho County who are tea growers, and at this point in time they feel their crops are not paying back?
Thank you very much. My name is Paul Chirichiri Tarimbo. I am the MCA for Kapsoit Ward, and in my ward we have quite a number of farmers who entirely depend on tea. They grow tea and they supply tea to Toror factory, and Toror is a satellite of Tegat. And around this time, farmers are normally paid a bonus, where we were shocked to be told that in the entire country, the farmers from Kericho and specifically from Tegat tea factory are going to be paid 14 shillings. A low of 50.9%. Last year, we were paid 28 shillings. This year, we are going to be paid 14 shillings. And as leaders from that region, we are saying that is very wrong. We do not know how they arrived at those figures. So those figures are suspicious, and we are asking KTDA to try and pay farmers the right figures, not 14 shillings. That 14 shillings is not acceptable. We depend on tea for everything. Our children go to school, we pay fees using tea, we pay everything using tea. So when you kill a tea farmer, you're killing the economy, the entire economy of Kericho County. So KTDA is an institution that their work is not very, very clear. We have seen them start subsidiaries. They have about 8 subsidiaries, which is not their core business. So they have diverted from their intention of tea. We've seen them start Majani Insurance. We've seen them start Green Feather Microfinance Institution. We've seen them start Temek. All those things does not help the farmer in any way. We wanted to see them at least even build a factory for fertilizer, where instead of a farmer paying 2,000 per 50 kg, they pay about 1,000. Now we're talking about a subsidiary that directly helps the farmer. So as we speak, KTDA, we are told that the contract, the management agreement between KTDA and the factories, the contract lapsed. The last one lapsed on 29. And it was a 10-year contract. And the contents of that contract is also suspicious. So all we're asking the national government and us as the county government is to intervene and save the farmer. The practice in Tanzania, the practice in Uganda, the farmer gets value for their money. But the practice in Kenya, you find KTD agency, they charge a management fee of 2.5% per farmer. And that is quite various. So we are saying something should be done. We have also seen the way factories operate. We have seen positions that do not make sense. So KTDA should restructure, reconfigure, and be able to appreciate devolution. Because at the time they were signing this contract between KTDA and the factories, the evolution was not there.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. Perhaps if I was to bring you in just a little bit, where did the rain start beating tea farmers exactly in Kericho? Does the problem entirely lie with the Kenya Tea Development Authority, or perhaps government on its part has also failed to come in good time and make sure that they're settling some of these issues Mheshimiwa has just talked about?
Thank you very much. My name's Philip Rono, MCA representing a ward called Kamachan in Kipkelion West Sub-County, where actually we do grow coffee, tea, and majorly we do milk production, maybe dairy farming. And actually I want to blame the government. Me personally, I will blame the government, because when you see the government of His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta and His Excellency the Deputy President, they were actually measuring on these big four. And when I say the government has failed, you see the farmer himself are cutting low prices in all sectors. Take for example coffee. They were poorly paid. Last time we earned 21 shillings per kilo in coffee, way from 78 for the other year. When it comes to issue like milk, the only area we distribute this milk in our area is this Tuso. They are giving a farmer 22 shillings per litre, way from 56 shillings per litre. So I want to say the government has actually failed. Apart from this blame, we are shifting to KTDA itself. The government must take care of its citizens. So you see, somebody which will not exploit the citizens while the government is watching. So the government also has a hand in the same. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Mheshimiwa, on your part, perhaps what should be the way, going forward?
My name is Bet Cheruyot. I represent a ward called Inamoy in Kericho County. I'm also a tea grower. My people grow tea, and although we are here on sports, but we cannot shy away from the problems that are facing our people right there at home. The major problem that we have in the tea sector is the KTDA. The KTDA has failed farmers. These are the people who do not tell the farmers the truth. So the problem is the KTDA. They have a lot of subsidiaries, as you've heard, but there is nothing trickling down to the farmer there. So KTDA is a conduit of cartels, all the way from the factory to the tea auction in Mombasa. When you go to tea auction, we have cartels controlling the tea industry. So we want to urge the government to dismantle this KTDA and the cartels that are in Mombasa, so that at least our tea goes direct from our factories to international market. We are not supposed, it's not a must that you go through a tea auction in Mombasa. Personally, I went to Mombasa. I was in an ad hoc committee that we made at the county assembly. We follow the tea right from the farm up to Mombasa where they are selling our tea. And rarely you will see that there is a well-orchestrated cartel to make sure that the farmer does not get good prices. When you talk of where we come from the South Rift, west of Rift. When you look at even the tea from the other side, the central region, they are getting good money for their tea. As a west of Rift, we are getting low prices. We are the least. I come from Toror, a subsidiary of Tegat, but they are giving us 14 while they are giving them 43. And really, Kericho tea is the best. When you go to the world, they tell me you come from Kericho. Kericho is a tea growing county. They do not even know those other counties, but we are getting raw deal. Countries like Sri Lanka began the other day, but they are getting triple the prices that we are getting here in west of Rift. So we want to urge the government, the National Assembly, the Senate, to speed up that tea bill. We dismantle this cartel. The government must also make sure that the citizens are protected.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. Perhaps the last question, the leader of majority, you're going to address away from the tea issues. You've told me that next week you're set to discuss the Punguza Mzigo bill. Perhaps what should residents of Kericho County expect?
Okay, my name is Esron Kimgen. I'm the majority leader Kericho County, and I'm representing a ward called Chilchila. As in Kericho, we are going to discuss about the Punguza bill on amendment of the Constitution on Tuesday. Last 2 weeks, when we received the Punguza Mzigo bill, we subject to public participation, and we went all round to all sub-counties. We have 6 sub-counties. And what our people are saying is that they are supporting Punguza Mzigo. Because when we went to the entire county, going around and getting their views, wananchi need money to trickle down to Mwananchi, and they said Punguza Mzigo is the way to go. So as the representative of the people, we are going to exercise our democratic right, and we are our people whom we represent, we are going to make their voice to be heard on the floor of the House on Tuesday.
So Mheshimiwa, you categorically say that Kericho County is bound to become the second county to adopt the Punguza Mzigo bill after Uasin Gishu.
Yeah, because that is what our people are saying. And we are saying this not because we have been intimidated or we have been coached or there is somebody sponsoring. That is the real voice of the people from Kericho, because across the entire county, that is what our people told us. And because we respect our process, that is what we will do.
Perhaps, Mheshimiwa, just precisely, there have been fears that Punguza Mzigo is bound to fail. Of course, a section of media has alleged that because of the time that this bill was supposed to be discussed. At least they need more 23 counties to adopt this. Do you think with the remaining time that's likely to happen?
I hope because we still have time until 15th, and most of the counties are this coming week, they are discussing the bill. So as you know, when our process talk, we have to exercise what they have told us. So it doesn't matter, but we want to make our voice to be heard, so that come in future will be in history that we contributed and we made the voice of our people.
Fair enough, Mheshimiwa. Shiksha, those who are members of the County Assembly of Kericho, just trying to give us some of the issues that touches, of course, on agriculture. And perhaps it's fair to mention that every other sector of agriculture in the country, Shiksha, at this moment is riddled with issues. So we talk about sugar in the western part of the country, the farmers who are complaining, and of course there are those people who are saying that the industry could be on its deathbed. There are those who have concerns about maize growing. This was in Gishu, of course, and over the years we've covered a lot of issues that have to do with the wars that are facing maize farming. And then now here we have a section of farmers in Kericho County who think the manner in which the sector is being handled is headed to fail equally, just like the many other sectors that are currently facing issues. We also had an opportunity to talk about the issue of Punguza Mzigo, and Kericho is bound to discuss the same bill next week on Tuesday. And according to the majority leader, he says that there has been some sort of positive reception from a majority of the county of Kericho, and perhaps it's bound to be adopted, just coming as the second county after Uasin Gishu County. Shiksha.
Thank you very much, Timothy Simwa, for that update. Of course, he has been briefing us on some of the hurdles and challenges that residents in Uasin Gishu County face on a day-to-day basis, including the plight of the sportsmen there. So yes, we are definitely going to be giving you more details with regards to the same. And for now, here we go. Samuel Njoroge is back, and of course, he will be taking you through the rest of the briefing.
Yes. Through the rest of the briefing, that is after we take this short break, so keep it the Daily Brief.